Hey, shh. Keep in mind, I know you may not be completely finished with your discussion. That's fine. The 7 minutes are to stimulate your thought and get you thinking about these, not necessarily to finalize that thought. Remember that you are writing a 200-word minimum response to this based on a prompt that's posted on the website for Friday. So let's see what we can do with some of these answers and focus you on that writing. Remember, in the unit guide, I've left enough space that you can take notes on all 3 of the chapters, regardless of the fact you're only writing on 1. All of them are fair game for the test. Start with Chapter 2. I have a Chapter 2 group here. Haven, you want to start me off with how does Finny escape discipline for his skipping dinner?
Well, he pretty much just like tells the truth, and he says he's nice about it.
Haven, if you were to skip a class, heaven forbid, I know you would never do anything like that, would your reaction be to walk up to a teacher and tell them the truth about skipping class? Thank you. How is this approach similar to how Finny approaches other moments in his life, such as interactions with other people or decisions about actions? Adriana, thank you for volunteering, but I want to skip to another group. Who else had 2? Chapter 2. Amma, didn't I give that to your group? Okay. Amma, go ahead. His reaction to that teacher, how is it similar to other reactions? Give me another example. That is true. And you have a page number for that quotation? That's fine. Not a big deal. It's a good quotation. He seeks for this flow of friendliness that is his reason for being. But what I'm looking for in your answer number 2 is a second example. You're going to have to write 200 words. You're going to need multiple concrete examples. You have one concrete example from question 1. You need another concrete example. Can you give me some other time where he seems to show this unregulated friendliness with somebody else? Oh, okay. Maybe he's kind toward leper. I could see that. Although you don't really see it directly so much. There's not, excuse me, very much description of it. Adriana, help her out.
It's later on in the chapter, but when he wears the tie for a belt.
And who is the object of the friendliness there? What's his name? Lexi, what's his name? Thank you. I couldn't find you. Hey, they're in New England, okay? They're all insane and half British anyway. So, Patch Withers. There's your second example. I want a third example. Casting it open to the class. A third example, one of which came from the reading check question today. Simple, honest. I believe Jean even used the word naked to describe it in the passage that somebody read. You want quotation support for your writing? Think about that passage that Lexi gave you today. I believe it was on 48, Lexi. Was that correct? Page 48. The friendliness that he shows toward Jean. Jean is his object here. So we have leper, we have Patch Withers, we have Jean as the objects of friendliness. Anybody remember the name of the teacher here? Is it Prudhomme? We've just developed 4 supporting details for your writing. Should be easy to reach 200 words with 4 supporting details. But we still need a claim sentence. We still need sort of a thesis idea. How does Finny's behavior differ from the average teenager? What was my 2 group over here? I think that's right. I only had two groups. Okay. Well, then I'll throw that open to the entire class. Amma, you want to answer that? Number 3? And how is that different from the average teenager? So, teenagers, Amma, you're saying, are prone to lies and dishonesty? What else did you say about him? Very good. What does Jean say he lived in a constant state of when he was at Devon? It was a chronologue item. What? Fear. We're not trying to be negative, we're trying to be honest. It was me as a teenager, it's very likely you now. A state of fear of criticism, fear of not measuring up, fear of not wearing the right clothes, not saying the right thing, not dating the right person, not earning the right grades. Constantly being criticized by adults, and that pushes you into a state of fear, and that often leads to dishonesty. Dishonesty because you're trying to get away from it by any means possible. Not him. This boy is unique, and Knowles is spending a couple chapters, especially chapter 2, characterizing him as unique. He is different. He is the essence of what, Daniel? What was he the essence of? Speak up. Peace. Sorry, Daniel. Thanks, though. You said it earlier. Good. We'll see your prompt in a little bit.